All right, so this is just something you're asking about, finding the square roots of a complex number using the formulas. Now the formula so we're talking about this being a plus bi, and for that our we're talking about the square roots being, if I do the square root of that, I get plus minus a plus bi. They are the square roots. So how do I use the formula? Okay, so our a is plus minus square root of mod z plus real z all over 2. And our b is a little bit different because this is what people are wondering about, the sign of y. We need that, and I'll show you why. And it's a minus real z instead of a plus real z. So if I use those formulas, let's do a first. I get plus minus mod z. Well, we know by Pythag 5, 12, 13, or you could do square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared is 169. It's square root of 169, which is 13. So you can do it properly, or if you don't need to, 5, 12, 13 is the length. The real part of z is 5 divided by 2. So 13 and 5, we've got 18. 18 on 2 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. If we look at b, we'll have plus minus. Now the sign of y is just, and I'll show you why we need it as well, but here's so we're thinking of this as x plus yi here. So it's this sign here. The sign of our y is positive in this one. Okay, so if the sign was negative, then on my next line, I would change this to negative positive. And I'll show you what would happen. But because it's positive, I will keep it positive times positive, positive, negative, positive is negative. So I'll keep it as just as our plus minus there. Okay, so then we have the same thing again. So we got 13, but this time we're minusing 5 on 2. So 13, take away 5 is 8. 8 on 2 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. So we'll get plus minus 2. So our answers then are plus minus 3 plus 2i. If I take the first one, I get plus 3 plus 2i, and I take the other one, minus 3 minus 2i. They match up. Okay, now that would make sense because if I were to graph it, start with the original number that I'm square rooting, 5 plus 12i, let's put it up there, 5 plus 12i. Now remember, if we're square rooting, it's like power of a half. So one of the solutions should be half this angle, and modulus should be the square root of that length. So 3 plus 2i should be wherever it is, somewhere like that, and that should be half. That green angle is half the black angle. So that would be 3 plus 2i, and then if I rotate by 180 degrees, the other one should be here. So minus 3 minus 2i should be here. And that looks correct. Whereas you can imagine if I had swapped this and put minus plus, so if the sign was different, then what I would be getting is 3 minus 2i, plus minus, and minus 3 plus 2i. So where's 3 minus 2i? 3 minus 2i is here, which you can tell is not. So that angle is not half of this angle. So that is definitely not true. So that's why that sign's important, the sign of y, because we've come up here. So the square root has to be, one of them has to have half that angle because it is the square root of this number. Hope that helps.